Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you something fun and embarrassing. I'm going to go through all the designs I made for my school. I've done design school for 4 years now. I'm studying design and development, so I still have 1 year to go for development because I'm not very good at it. But I've done everything for design, so I can show you that. I've studied design and development, so it's mostly web design, apps, motion, all that kind of stuff. But actually I wanted to do illustration most of the time, so you can see at most of my designs I've kind of failed and didn't do a very good job at web design and app design, and mostly focused on the illustrations, which weren't that good all the time either. But I tried my best very hard. So let's get my laptop. So we're going to start with the first year, which is probably the most terrible. And I don't want to show this, but let's do it anyway. Like, I don't really know an order, so I'll just go through them. This one is kind of okay, I guess. We had to design a website for beer. I don't really like the navigation because it's like circles with weird icons in them and they don't really say anything, so it's kind of confusing. So let's go through it. I like the illustrations though. I guess it was just traced from an image, like almost all of my work for school, which isn't very great. But oh well. Yeah, I kind of like it too. They said I needed to use a bit more colors because now it's just all the same all the time. But I kind of like it, I guess. It's okay. And as you can see, I was more focused on like the illustrations and everything more than like the actual web design. This one is actually terrible. We had to practice our coding skills, so we had to make a website with all our assignments for school. And we could design it, of course, so I wanted something fun, and this is what I did. So this is the header. I remember I did everything with hovers, and like the navigation, you can hover. And it's like, whoa, amazing. And this is like the design. I don't know what I was thinking. Next. Oh no, this is terrible as well. We had to make an infographic of something. I wanted to design like a house with all kinds of objects, and those objects had info, but it isn't really visible and it's just like an ugly illustration. First of all, like, I don't know what I did with the colors. I hate the colors, it's so ugly. And second, you can't even see what the info is, it's so tiny. The next one is even more terrible, knowing that I'm vegetarian and almost fully vegan. We had an assignment about food, so we had to take pictures about something that had to do with food. And of course I went to an animal farm, which is terrible, and I would never do that now because I don't eat animals or anything. So I made these pictures of all these animals, and the llama is very cute, but or the alpaca, I don't know. But I don't know what I was thinking. That's horrible. This was one of my first big assignments. We had to make a website that talked about ourselves, and we had to present ourselves. And I decided to talk about the plushies I wanted, because then I was in a very kawaii phase. So I made this again with a hover. I like the illustration though, it's kind of cute. And I also like the animations. I kind of like it, but the colors are so light and like they should be a bit more vibrant in my opinion. I also chose a chicken as plushie because my favorite food was chicken nasi goreng. So, okay, again, animals and food. I totally changed. So yeah, I kind of think it's cute. It's not really a website, but it's something. This is definitely the best thing I made in the first year, and everyone liked it a lot. It's my Brussels Airlines website. It's also on my portfolio for Brainfur. And it was the first thing that I made that I actually really liked and got a lot of compliments from, and it's mostly because of these illustrations. Of course I like traced them from other images, which is kind of like cheating, but also not, because I made it in my own style, and probably a lot of designers do that anyway. But okay, everyone was like, oh, how did you do that? And it actually wasn't as difficult because I traced the shapes. So I actually like this a lot. You can also view this on my portfolio website. Next, I wanted to do something like modern and something like glossy magazine-ish. So I made this. The Photoshop skills I had were very terrible when I look at the hair images. And I also don't really like the navigation icons. I mean, they aren't really that nice in my opinion, but I tried really hard. Like, I don't know what I did with that hair, it's just terrible. I had like, the concept was a museum, and my museum was about paintings on hair. Because at that time I painted my hair a lot and I thought that was a genius idea. So this is me, by the way, 4 years ago when I had white hair with the blue stripe. I kind of like this page because it's kind of modern and it's not terrible. This was one of my exams in the summer. I don't know how to call it in English. So again, we had to make a website about a bag, and with me it wasn't really a website, it was more like storytelling, maybe a children's book or something, and that would be nice, but it just wasn't really a website. So I'll show you now. I think it's kind of cool. I really like the colors and the illustrations are very nice. But it's just isn't really a website, but I'm still kind of happy with how it turned out. Now we have the last thing. We had an assignment about song lyrics, and I made one of Gorilla's songs, Superfast Jellyfish, and we had to work with typo and not illustration, but I was like, no, I want to do illustration. So let's go to the second year. We still have a long way to go. The first one I'll show is, I was really proud of this one because it was for a shop, and you can see I really like the navigation below the header, and like the header I also really liked a lot, and just everything I thought it was so modern and up to date, and I thought I really had it for once, like, yeah, I'm a real web designer now. So I kind of like it. I don't really like the gray rectangle on top, but that's okay, I like everything else. Yeah, I also like this grid, these recipes. This isn't really visible to read, but I tried anyways. Let's go to the next project. This one was very fun as well. We had to make a website for a film festival, and I immediately thought about Art Deco. So I made this web design and I actually like it, but you can see I'm still not a professional at this. I did the woman in the header in Photoshop, and everyone was like, whoa, how did you do that? And I just traced it from an image, but it was still very cool. So I'll show you what I did for that. and you can go to the detail page. I don't know what that image frame has to do. So yeah, that was everything. I also made, so the goal of this assignment was to make the website responsive. So I don't know if I show that. Yeah, I show it. I made everything responsive, and it was a very annoying design to make responsive, but I succeeded at it in my opinion. Oh, this is one of my favorites. It's also on my portfolio for Brainfur. We had to make an app about abnormal stuff. So I did an app about predicting your future in your dreams. So let's watch the promo. This was the first screen. I really liked the illustration and everything. Also, the icons were very fun. This was the home screen. When I look at it now, it's like, whoa, this was very cool. I don't know how I did it because I still sucked. Like, I still think I'm not the best, but at that time I was even worse than now. And when I see this, I was like, oh, it's so fun. This was a screen when you were dreaming. Some options. Then you could, oh, you can't really read the text in blue rectangles, which is kind of bad. Now you can read them. Okay, let's go to the third year. We're almost there because at my fourth year I didn't really do as much. So now it's time for the third year. This was actually terrible because I had to design an app and I wanted to focus on illustration a lot, which was very bad. I should have just made something modern and up to date, but instead I made this. So it's an app that guides you to your ride with the car or on the train, and it tells you when you have to. It's like, it's also a radio and everything. Okay, I can't really explain it that well, but I'll just show you how it looks like. So I put a lot of work in this, but it wasn't that great. I like this screen actually. Also traced all the images, of course. I had a lot of work on this, and this is like the screen you have when you're listening to the radio. But my teacher was like, no, pop-ups are so out of date, don't use them. I didn't pass this assignment, but that's okay. Then there's another design. Oh, I'm opening it on Photoshop. Oh, the navigation isn't really that visible again. So I did the title myself in Illustrator and I was very proud of it. I also really like the illustrations a lot. I really like this actually. So let's scroll through it. Yeah, I like this one a lot. And we also had to code this one, but I'm too lazy to open it with all the settings and stuff. Oh wait, I forgot something. I don't know from which year it is. I could also show you my iPhone icon redesigns. Oh my god, this video is going to be so long and probably no one will care. But, oh, okay. This is my motion video. We had to exercise on animating. And then all the icons show up, but I'm not going to show everything. Another thing I made for emotion was this.
Do you no longer want to pay to send messages to your friends? Use Messenger with your data plan to reach the people in your life. You can talk to your Facebook friends or enter a phone number to add a new contact. The home screen has a more organized look. You can see your recent conversations, your favorites, and who's active at the moment. Instantly reach your friends for free with Messenger. Available on the App Store.
I actually like this a lot. So I don't really like motion as much, but it was fun anyway. Then for my last year, so previous year, I had my big assignment for my bachelor. I don't know how to call it. I'll look it up. So I can show you on my portfolio how it looked like. So this is one of my, oh no, I forgot something else. Okay, I'll show you in a minute. So this is one of my favorite designs. It was very clean, but I like, for example, I like this poster, the illustrations I made, and I also made a promotion video.
Have you always wanted to help people in your neighborhood? Or do you need help with some tasks? Help each other with the Buddha coin. The Buddha coin brings people together and takes into account the needs and capacities of the citizens of Buddha. If you have a local business, or if you're an artist, you can also accept Buddha coins. In return, you could give them a beer or play a show at their house. There are 3 ways to earn Buddha coins besides helping each other. You can give the city electricity by riding an electricity generating bike, play some games at local cafes, and gamble with Buddha coins, or keep the streets clean and receive coins. You can now pay with the Buddha coin app, available on iOS and Android.
So this was my last design assignment and I like it a lot. And I forgot something. This was also one of my favorite designs. It was for a children's theater. And I really like the colors, the typography, and just the design. Wait, it doesn't really want to load. No! We also had to code it, and it had a lot of features and it worked very well, and it was just one of my favorite sites. You can look it up on my website if like the images want to load, at least, because they don't want to load on my laptop. So that was everything for design. It was a lot. I designed a lot at school. So if you're still here, I hope you enjoyed this video because it was a lot of information. The things I've learned is if you do web design, don't focus on illustration. Illustration is very important, but you should first pay attention to the user experience and the interface design and everything. And what I've also learned is I still want to do illustration. So that hasn't changed. I also learned a lot about illustration during school, so it was worth it. And I know about a lot now. I can animate, design, illustrate. I can do, and also even code, which I'm not very good at, but I know some basics. So I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.
When the morning